Hello, we are starting episode 2 of the Southern Hearts and Sign Kisses books. Reading these books before October, which I am very nervous I can't do. I'm going to up them. I did 3 in the first video. I'm going to do 4 to 5 in each one because there's a lot of people. Did you hear my stomach? There's a lot of people, authors going, and another one got added by the name of L. Kaysen, I believe. But I'm not reading her today. So, I want to do 5 people in this video. That might be a little, confident of me, but I think I can do it. So, we gotta pick our 5 to begin with. So, let's get into it. I already have 2 in mind. The 2 I have in mind is Lakia and Aisha Brie. Because I own Aisha Brie books and my mom owns Lakia books. So I don't have to go too crazy. But I have books written down that I want to read by them. But then I think I will do Casey Mills, A. Blossom, Monica Walters, Aisha Brie, Lakia. Was that 5? Let's count. Well, let's do it again. That is 5. Woo! So those are the 5 ladies I will be reading from today. And I'm thinking I'm going to start with Aisha Brie and Monica Walters, because I own books 1 through 5 of the King Dynasty series by Aisha Brie. And I also have read from Monica Walters before. I just haven't read enough to know if I want to buy some stuff from her. But I'm pretty sure I do. My mom loves herself some Monica Walters. So we have similar tastes when it comes to romances. So probably. I've also read from Casey Mills, and she's a very good writer. Just haven't read enough. But the other 2 ladies, Lakia and A. Blossom, I've never read from. So we'll see how that goes. My mom also loves Lakia, so I don't think I'll have too much trouble, And we'll see how it goes. Okay, I'll get back to you when I start. Bye. Hello, everyone. So the first person I will be reading from for this vlog will be A. Blossom. And I have 3 books that I wanted to read by her. I realized that one of the books I picked has a part 2. So technically, if I want to read 3 books, I can read. If I like book 1, I'll read book 2 and then a different book. But it depends. But the 3 books that I want to read by her are Finding My Bodyguard. That is the one that has a part 1 and 2. The second one's called Sex and Pleasure, and the third one is called Playing with Soul Ties. So yeah, I'm gonna be starting with Finding My Bodyguard. I'm hoping it's really good. I'm very nervous, but I'm starting with her because she has shorter books. Finding My Bodyguard is 190 pages, which is amazing. And then Playing with Soul Ties is 182 pages, and I can't see the other one. But yeah, so I'm very excited, and I'm going to start with that one. And because it's so short, I might just update you guys at the very end of the book instead of halfway through. We'll see, and I'll see you after. Okay, so I finished book 1 in this series, Finding My Bodyguard by A. Blossom. So that's the first book of the video done. And I'm going to give it a 3.5 to a 4. I really enjoyed this book. I liked it better than 2 of the 3 authors from episode 1. So that's already a way better start. I really enjoyed the book. There was some small issues with it. The main plot of the book is basically this is mafia related story plotline. And basically, the FMC is about to be basically arranged marriage off to her own, doesn't want to, but these are the rules of the mafia, so she goes along with it. The guy that she's going to end up with is not a great guy. She is a plus-sized woman, and he does not like that. So one of the arrangements he made with her father, who set up this whole thing, was she has to get plastic surgery for me to find her attractive, things like that. And she doesn't want to do it, but she's basically forced to. And the guy who's her doctor is like, you're not mentally fit for this. But the guy who is her doctor is also in the mafia life. He left it. He didn't want to be the next one in charge. So he left that life and he became a doctor. And he helps her like find her own self-worth, and they fall in love and do all these things, right? Which is a pretty good plot. It was just like sometimes the messaging was a little bit off, and sometimes the events were a little bit off. As in, sometimes I just felt like, you shouldn't have done that. This shouldn't have happened this way, type of stuff. But it wasn't a bad book at all. Um, it was really, really good. So I don't know if I should read book because it's a 2-book series. So I don't know if I should read that one, book 2, or read the other books that I had planned. I think I'm gonna read the other books that I had planned for this author before I knew it was a 2-book series. So that will be the Soul Ties one next. I will be reading, and I'll see you finish with that one as well because that one's around the same length. I think it's like a little bit shorter. So I'll see you when it's done. Alright, so I finished playing with Soul Ties by A Blossom. So that is 2 books done for her. So I am done with A Blossom. Okay. I have read 2. I was going to read 3. What was the 3rd book I was going to read? Let's look it up real quick. Sex and Rescue. Sex and Rescue was the one I was going to read. So let's look it up real quick. Okay, I was going to read Sex and Rescue by A Blossom. It's 77 pages. What are my thoughts on playing with Soul Ties? It was toxic as hell. There was a lot going on. For 182 pages, there was a lot going on. It was very toxic. It wasn't for me. She knows how to write a spice scene. Let me just say that. She knows how to write a spice scene. However, she doesn't know how to write healthy relationships. Actually, the bodyguard one, their relationship was pretty healthy, but there was an imbalance of that thing of like, you shouldn't get your self-worth from a man. And it was this weird, like, drawing the line of, is this her getting worth from a man, or is this a man helping her find her worth? And then I hate that it's family thing. So even though they were horrible to you, it's family. You should still love them and care for them. I don't like that. And that happened towards the end of the Bodyguard book. So those were my main 2 problems with the Bodyguard one. And then my main problems with Soul Ties was how toxic it was, how aggressively toxic it was, and how I didn't like the way it was. I just didn't like the way it went, to be honest. But that's neither here nor there. I gave it a 2-star. Not the worst I've rated out of this series so far, to be honest. Go to part 1 for that. But it's a 2-star for me. It's not great. Like, the writing is fine. The writing is good. I just, it was too toxic for me. It was just way too toxic for me. I'm glad it was so short. Alright, hi everyone. We are starting author 2 in this little video, and that will be Aisha Bree. This is book 1 in the King Dynasty series. This is called King's Distraction. I am already 97 pages into it. And right now, I think it's really good. It'll get like a 3.5 to a 4 right now. It's really good so far. I'm enjoying it. And I don't have much. I'm like 40-something% through. So I know it's going to be a quick one. But yeah, I don't have much to say about it. It's basically about Asia. It's probably just Asia. Asia comes from a reservation, and she wants to be she is a sommelier. I hope that's how you pronounce it. A person who does things with wines and liquors and things. And she got fired from her old job, which was the competing company to where she's at now, which is the the King's Resort and Winery. She's working there right now. she has the back and forth with the boss right now. Obviously, there's sexual tension. There's things going on. I don't find him attractive, and I think that's why it's not hooking me like it should. I just find him very abrasive is not the right word, but I find him very. I really don't know what the right word is. He arrogant. I guess it's arrogant might be the right word, but he's not as attractive as he could be for me. Um, but also we still have like 60-ish% left to read, so obviously that can change. But for right now, it's like a 3.5 to a 4, which is still pretty good. But also, there's other books in this series. I own all 5, so I will most likely be reading all 5. However, in this video, I will not be doing that. In this video, for her, if I like this one enough, I'm just going to end hers here and read the other 4 off camera or in different videos or whatever. But I don't want to take up too much time reading 5 books from her. So after this one, if I like it enough, I know, I'll finish this series, and then it could just continue after that. And we'll go to the next author, because I don't want to read multiple books by her. If I know I like them, I'm just, every single time I'm going to go up here, I'm be like, I like them. And then you just be like, okay, next. So, if that's the case, we'll go to the next one. So yeah, I'll see you guys at the end of this book to see how I like it. Okay, it is a couple hours later, and I have finished King's Distraction, and I'm giving it a 3-star. It was good. It was fine. I don't know. I just really did not connect with the male main character. I felt like he was just, like, he wasn't bad in any sort of way. Well, he was arrogant and annoying. And I think he played in people's face a little too much. But for the most part, he was a perfectly fine guy. I don't know. Didn't find him sexy. I think it's also because, like, he wasn't really described in any way. And obviously, there's a picture of him on the cover of this, so you know what he kind of looks like. But he didn't have much going on with him up here. Like, not that he was dumb or anything. That's not what I'm trying to say. But I'm trying to say, like, he didn't have a real personality. And honestly, the girl in this, she's Native American. She's from a reservation. Honestly, I don't even know why that's a thing, because none of that was brought up either. Like, it was just brought up every once in a while, like, when I was on the reservation, but it was nothing about the people, about life there in general. It was just like, I had to leave to follow my dreams. But it's like, what was the point of her being a Native American if we weren't even gonna, like, explore that a little bit? And they weren't described. And the main guy didn't have a reason really for anything that he was doing. To me, it was just, I don't know. It was just a 3-star for me. I'm not having good results with this challenge. Like, they're not bad results, but they're not good either. So I don't know what to do about that. But I'm gonna move on to the next person. I was gonna read 2 to 3, but I don't feel like it anymore. And since I came up with these rules, I can change them. So it's gonna be 1 to 2. I read the 1. So now we gotta pick the third person we're reading from. And the third person is, I don't even know. I gotta check. Maybe, okay, it's between Casey Mills, Monica Walters, and Lakia. So I think I should do, I've read a book from Monica Walters. I have not read a book from Lakia, and I've read 2 books from Casey Mills. Both I gave like 3.5 to a 4, so she's up there. And then the one for Monica Walters, I also gave a 4, so she's up there as well. And I've never read anything from Lakia, so I think I'm going to do Lakia, because let's just keep on the track of people I haven't read so far. So we're going to do Lakia. And for the 2 Lakia books, my mom loves Lakia, so I could just literally go over to her office and get her books. But I am going to read from Lakia Saint, and if I want to, the other books in that series, which are like follow like his friends, I believe. So yeah, I'm very excited to read those. Um, I feel like for a fact these next three girly pops, I'm gonna have a good time with them. So yeah, the next up is Lakia. Let's get it. Let's go. All right, so the next person we're reading for this challenge will be Lakia. And for Lakia, we will be starting with Saint. I got all these books from my mother, but let me tell you this, if they're good and if they're really good, I'm going to be buying a lot of books from this woman. I don't think my mother would steer me wrong, but Lakia is next. She's going to be at Southern Hearts, so I got to read her. And we're starting with Saint, which is a pretty thick book. It's 200, a little bit around 200 and like 30-ish pages. I'm very excited. If I like it a lot, like a lot, I'll read. They're interconnected standalones. So next would be A Seam, and then the next one would be Rambo and Gianna. So, but again, because so many people are on this list, I was going to do 2 to 3 books per author, but now I'm thinking one book per author. But if I like it enough, you'll hear me talk about how much I'm going to read the next books or whatever. But so I might have just Saint in this video, and I might have Saint and A Seam in this video. We don't know yet. I don't know yet. It doesn't matter yet. So after this, we have 2 people left, and those 2 people I've read from before, which is Casey Mills and Monica Walters. So I don't know where I'm gonna go with them, but let's get started on these Lakia books, shall we? All right, hi everyone. I read books Saint and A Seam from Lakia, and I gave them both 4 stars. I thought they were really good. The reason I gave Saint 4 stars and not 5 is just because I wish Bishop and his girl, Bishop is Saint's brother, and he has his own perspective in this book with his love interest, and they get together at the end of this book. I wish that it was all just Saint and Ava, who is his love interest. I wish she would have broken up Bishop's point of view into another book or novella type thing. And then for A Seam, it was still really good. I gave it 4 stars as well. But the reason for it not being a 5 is, I don't know, I didn't connect with the main girl as much because I felt like she was doing stupid things at points. But I don't know. It was still good though, really good. I didn't read Rambo and Gianna. I'll probably read this on my free time, but just to move on to other things, it's time to stop the Lakia portion of this video. But I like these books, and I would definitely read more by her. I gotta find what my niche is by her, because these were 4s. I thought they were gonna be 5 stars, but that's a 4 is not bad at all. I just want some more from her to see what I would buy from the convention in October. But that's all good. So next we are doing Monica Walters. See you there. Hello everyone. So, updates from the last time we spoke to each other. I read Saint and Lakia. I gave them both 4 stars, and I also read Rambo and Gianna, and I gave it 3.5 stars. I really enjoyed her work. Until October, I'm gonna keep on reading her stuff to see if there's like 5 stars out there and things I might like, but I am officially done with Lakia's section of this video. I really enjoyed her books. She has some of the most like solid, good books out there so far that I've read from these authors. Then I moved on to Lakia. Not Lakia. I just read from her. I moved on to Monica Walters and I read Love on Replay. This was a reread. I didn't realize, like, I realized it, but I was like, I don't remember a lot anyway, so it's okay. So I read this and I gave it 5 stars. It was amazing. The communication is amazing in this book. The love is amazing in this book. It follows both, what are their names? I already forgot. Anissa and Sheldon Barrett. This is the Barrett family series. So they take after the Barrett. So he has 5 children and she has 2. But there's 14 books. So who else is getting a book? I really don't know. But Sheldon lost his wife like 20 plus years ago. And Anisse divorced her husband a couple years back. And they're both like, she's like finding a life without her husband because he was into drugs, and she was kind of not helping him, but he was like, she was always trying to help him to the point where he felt like he never needed to get clean because he always had her to lean back on, type of thing. So it finally got to enough, and so she divorced him, and Sheldon lost his wife 20 plus years ago, and he still held onto that grief very heavily. So they meet each other, and there's like kismet love immediately. Like, not love, but kismet, like connection immediately. And it was just such a good book, such great communication, great family dynamics. I really loved it. So I gave it 5 stars, and I will continue with that series. I already knew I liked Monica Walters because I also started reading the Hanson family series last year, I believe, and I read book 1 and I gave that one like a 4-star, I believe. So we're done with Miss Monica Walters. I will be continuing the series, and I'll be continuing reading from her throughout the year or until October to see what books I would like to buy from her and all the things. And the last person we are doing for this vlog, this reading challenge, will be Casey Mills. And I've already read 2 books by Miss Casey Mills. The Collective series, I read books 1 and 2. I gave them both 4 stars, I believe. So we're just going to read 1, maybe 2 books by her. So I'm thinking Love Me or Leave Me Alone or Stay Down, but obviously that can change. So we'll see what I do. Okay, bye. Alright, hi everyone. I just finished my Casey Mills book. I read Stay Down. It was less than 300 pages. It was like 270 something. And it was a 5-star. It was so good. I really enjoyed the communication. As you will see, a through line between all of my romances that I love, communication is top tier. I need communication. I need them to talk. I need them to feel like they're in a relationship. And this very much felt like they were in a relationship. So I enjoyed it quite a bit. I loved it. Was funny. They had great side characters who got full arcs in this book, and she even said at the end of the book, I will write their books when their characters speak to me. And I love the way she ended it, because she ended it, a lot of romances end with them married, pregnant, whatever. And she said it's not where their story ends. It ends with them together, but they still have growing to do, and they're not ready for that step yet. And I love that, because I do feel like sometimes the people who end up married with kids should not have kids nor be married. But I really enjoyed this book. It was really, really good. She is an author I will continue to read from. This is my 3rd book by her. The first 2 I gave 4 stars, which are still really, really good. And this is a 5-star. So she's only my 2nd 5-star for this series so far, I believe, because Monica Walters was the first and she is the 2nd. I got really close with Night. Night was a 4.5, I believe. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed this book. So we are done with episode 2 of Southern Hearts and Signed Kisses, which I'm very happy about. I will be doing around 5 per video, more or less depending on how I feel. And I also checked, they emailed, and they were like, this is the final amount of authors. So it's quite a bit of authors. It's 35 plus, which is quite a lot, but I know I can do it before October. I just gotta set my mind to it, and I hope I can get it all done. Let's hope, let's hope, let's hope. And I will continue to read from her throughout the year, but especially throughout until October, so that I can buy some books from her, order some special editions from her, because I would really love to have her books on my shelves. Same thing with Monica Walters, ML Bash. I forgot everybody read through this video. It's been a while since my last update for here. But yeah, we will start episode 3 quite soon. I have to pick who I need to read from for that. But I'll see you guys again in the next video. Have a great reading day. Bye.